is up. All right, Facebookers are up. We're all good to go. So we're going to start. I want to say welcome to all of you to the Truth Tribe. I'm Dawn Thompson, and thank you guys for being here. Remember that you guys are perfect exactly where you are in this right now moment, that there is nothing wrong with you, and that I love you. Okay, I want to start with yes. The planets are a little wonky right now, and I'm going to fill in. It's kind of a heavy planetary update at the end, but it's going to make you feel better that, okay, I'm not losing my mind. But I want to start with the planets are not doing anything to you. Okay, they are just a map preparing you how to either win or how you'll be whining, one or the other. And you get to decide tonight for the rest of your life, how will you embark moving forward, or how are you going to prepare for this, right? So it's so important that you guys hear me tonight, which is it's time to stop doing things that suck the life out of you, that suck the joy out of you, or even sucking the irritation out of you. There are things you're doing that you don't want to do, but that's what people do in the world. That's what society does. That's what social settings do. That's what we do. So you do it anyway, and it sucks. So tonight, we're going to talk about stop the topic that you all got on the Truth Tribe, right? Which is stop doing things that suck, period, right? And this is hard for people. I get it. I'm with you guys 100%, okay? Relationships right now are in, and if you missed the last two Truth Tribes, I went deep dive and I talked all about the nodes. I'm going to talk very little about it because there's other stuff happening right now. But relationships are in full swing to shift you into the new you energy, okay? And you must stop and become aware of it. So we have to know that relationships are what are getting us triggered and pushed, okay? So relationships with everything. Remember, you're in a relationship with everything. Every person, everything, every experience, every environment, you're in a relationship with it. This applies to people as well as things, okay? So stop doing things that suck for you, and they're going to be different for everyone, like yoga, like sleeping, like meditation, like hiking, like cooking, like concerts, like parties, like eating out, like discussing drama that you don't want in your relationships over what you do want. Whatever it is, that's the current trend, right? Let's talk about negative. Let's talk about people. Let's talk what's wrong. I'm not saying nothing's wrong. I'm just saying, what is the trend, right? That's not working for you, but you're doing it anyway, because all of these sound heavenly, like heavenly. Yoga sounds heavenly, meditation sounds heavenly for some, but they're not for others, right? So you think like, well, how can drama be heavenly, Dawn, right? Isn't that funny? Yes, some people feed on drama, so they don't have to address the self-worth stuff inside of them, okay? Here's why. These all seem like good things for you, right? Like, i.e., someone's laughing, I love yoga, right? And so they can be a super stressful, though, for some people who thrive in other forms of stimulation or support or nurturing, right? And so for me, long meditations are more frustrating than many ones. Journaling meditation, which you all have seen my journal meditation book on Amazon that I share with you. I made it because trying to teach people, you don't have to do it the other way. You can meditate and journal at the same time. For me, that's the easier way. It's more calming than just journaling my thoughts. And someone just said, I love yoga. I can't stand yoga, right? Hot yoga with some sweat is the only yoga that I can tolerate. Some can't stand hot yoga, right? Large social functions are draining to me if I stay too long. Sleep is a big trend right now, okay? That's a big deal. Like, oh, are you sleeping enough? Do you need sleep pills? Do you need to sleep, right? Big trend right now about getting enough sleep. I have never been a great sleeper, you guys. So I give myself permission to do just what my body needs until it's good and tired and they literally crave it, okay? I've surrendered to the sleep, and then it turns into the best rested sleep instead of forced sleep. Like, I'm supposed to sleep, I have to get more hours. And then you look at some people, right? My daughter, my oldest daughter, need 8+ hours, and that's okay, right? It's not a one size fits all. But because you all have lived in this social regulation system for so long, and you are not used to checking yourself for your own personal emotional regulation, right? Do I like this or not? Do I want to go to yoga or not? Hell no, I want to go to yoga. I want to go somewhere else, right? That's how I want you guys to start asking yourselves, right? So it's important that you guys start paying attention to this, right? If you didn't listen to an Instagram, I did an Instagram live, a couple of them last week, but I did an Instagram live about this lady that was losing her shit on me in the grocery store, right? Because I went ahead of her in the checkout line due to her and her husband counting coupons at the entrance. So they weren't really in the line, right? So then I moved into the open spot and she threw a freaking adult temper tantrum, okay? And if you're in that much of an unregulated, if you're that unregulated, I should say, in social settings that they set you out of control, your anger's on you. Your frustration's on you. You're doing this that sucks for me is on you, okay? So if you are in, right, like that scenario, you are going to feel frustrated that nothing is working. And you're going to struggle to calm yourselves down, okay? So a lot of you may be feeling that everything and every emotion is like this emergency sending you to the ER right now, right? But the ER that I'm referring to is Emotional Regulation Center. This right here, are you regulating the emotions that are right here? Do you know what they are? Do you know what they mean? Do you know what they want? What do you need to feel better right now? Okay, not who can I harass to avoid it, i.e. lady, right? And I'm laughing. She brought to you by the lady in the shopping cart at the grocery store from Fry's. That's what this call is tonight. Because it's funny to me. What can you do right now to be here right now and to feel confident right now, no matter what's happening in the world around you? Less stimulus is the first thing you can do so that you can hear your heart. What tool can you use? Now, I'm just going to give you the 3 tools I use. Okay, in the end of the day, if I'm struggling to shut the brain down, shut the emotions, my meditation journal, and I will make it only 3 minutes. I won't overdo it. I won't overspend. I'll open my journal. I'll write the intention at the top. You all know you can go get this journal on Amazon, but I'm just saying if you need a version of it, this is mine that I do. Okay. I want to see what's in my mind. So it's out there and then I can let it go. Number 2, I walk literally to the stop sign and back just so my focus isn't where it was before. It's here. I also go bare feet on the earth. I go find dirt. I find grass. I find something that I can get proven. It's proven scientifically to reset your nerves. Okay. Or I will go drink a full 10 ounces of water with a pinch of Celtic salt or Himalayan salt in it. That'll make it electrolyte water. But I charge my water and I charge it with, I love you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving whatever I need to calm my nervous system down. And the charged water does that. And then the last one, I turn on an empowering podcast or an audio book in the background, just if I have to go do something or I'm working, just for 10 minutes to reset my focus back into here and not out there. So I might even be in the grocery store and I'll have an earbud in and stuff's going on. I'll play that. Okay. You have to have this in your toolbox prepped. Okay. So I say do these small things, but first you need to find what the reset is for that outlet. So you got to have like almost like a toolbox ready to go. These are the things I will do if I get thrown off. That's what I want you guys to prep for. Okay. Be ready. The other thing is I want you guys to think about is being ready to hear the truth about what is happening and what you want are in conflict with each other. So what is happening out there and what you want are in conflict with each other. And we are all searching for a way right now to feel better from feeling in conflict with others' truth and our truth. And if you're living your truth, you are present right now and you're going to feel at peace. If you are living others' truths, you're going to feel anxiety and fear because you're not energetically matched to their truth. So it feels uncomfortable and it's causing anxiety. So whatever that may be, okay, like yoga for me, for instance, right? I can't stand this new trend of yoga. Like everybody wants to go to yoga. Everybody loves yoga, right? Does that make yoga bad? No, not at all. But thinking that I should do this because it's good for you, it gives me anxiety because it's not my truth. And I'm thinking, why am I doing something I don't enjoy? I would choose mountain biking or go sweat in a sauna or go outside in Arizona, 115 degrees, and just do a brisk walk. It will get me sweating and moving. Most in Arizona right now are complaining left and right about stay warm, stay cool, stay, are you too hot? I love it. I love it. So see, I'm grateful for something that works for me. And so those people might need to go to yoga. I don't know, but we have to look at the things that we think are bad for other people or that are good for us and work for everyone else. They don't. And so this is huge for you to wake up to. Living truth now is going to require ER, emotional regulation. Living your truth, hear yourself. You've got to learn to regulate the emotions that go with that truth. And it's going to require you to choose you instead of them more often than not. And it doesn't make them, whoever them are, bad. They don't know their truth either, most likely. And if they don't, you're going to feel right and them being angry with your truth, right? They're going to be feeling frustrated with that. Okay. So the very similar, okay, like the lady at the checkout lane, right? She couldn't use her words except that she was angry at a total stranger. Right? We could have been BFFs. I would have loved that. She would have just said, I'm so sorry. I thought it was in line, and we could have talked. Right? You will feel better right now when you can learn to use the words and your truth about who you are, where you are. Right? Because last week I talked about I think it was Instagram too. I don't know. I've been on live so much. I can't remember who I'm talking to, but I brought up that you're done with their bullshit and you're focusing on your heart. And I'm done waiting for people to get their shit together. I go do me. If you want to come with me or let me know that you want to get in front of me, let me know. But I don't want to wait. And people are waiting to be told what to do, that it's okay. So get a pen out and I want you to ask yourself these. Oh, someone said, I love that trail heat. Me too. Okay, cool. At least see, someone else is good on this call. Smart. They're sweating it out. Okay. Ask yourself this question. What is happening right now? This is your big question. If you're in emotional regulation and you're going to the ER and it's flaring you up, what is happening right now? What can I do right now to stop this conflict or argument? What did I do? Nothing. I asked the husband, I'm like, you're happy to go ahead of me. I just didn't know you were going to go or not. And he's like, no, we weren't really in line. Yeah, no kidding. I wasn't mad. I was just like, then go. Then, so I'm trying to say is, what could I do? I engaged. Sometimes you have to not engage. Do I need to share with others about the life I want? No, but I did with him. I want to have peace. Do you want to come with or not? He said no. Do I even need to explain myself or simply excuse myself? At that point, when he said no, I just excused myself, did my groceries, and I moved on, even with her standing at the end staring at me. The next question I want you to ask yourself is, okay, so do I even need to explain myself or simply just excuse myself from this scenario? Next, I want you to ask, am I cycling a childhood memory that made me feel unsafe? So I'm recreating an unsafe energy now. So you've got to ask yourself, how can I make myself safe now? And I don't mean danger safe. Sometimes it's just, we put up these walls, guys, and we put up this energy and we start letting go of control. We feel unsafe because we created that as a child to give safety. Okay. So the biggest triggers that are going to appear for you right now in relationship mode, in people or strangers or family, friends, whoever, is going to come up from you're having money challenges. Why? I'll talk about in the planets in a minute. You're having emotional challenges, environmental challenges, health, and career. Your success in anything right now is what environment you spend time in and what now moments that you accept over what now moments that you want. So what now moments stimulating crazy do you want or do you accept that you don't want? It's really up to that. What environment do you spend time in? Do you like it, or do you want to excuse yourself into the one you want? I don't know, but I need you to know, because if you know, nothing can trip you up, but you're all in this emotional dysregulation right now, and it is scaring the crap out of people. Okay. So if you're noticing that others are losing interest now in you, okay, they don't want to listen to your drama or your whining anymore, and you're not questioning, am I whining? Am I drama? Am I complaining about things that I just shouldn't, or that really don't matter if I share with them? Or if you're the one and you're tired of listening to how they cannot do something, or realizing how you cannot grow in the relationship you were in prior with them, right? All this is you reviewing you. It's not them. It's a visual of what you used to accept, and now you're just deciding to grow. Okay, and so are the planets causing this friction between you and others? Yes. This is a timeline shift between what you had and what you want. So we're questioning, is it okay if I choose this? Absolutely, you're going to question it, because it's so weird, right? This timeline jump will decide how you choose to move forward, with or without them. Okay, there's no negativity wrapped around any of this. I know this is hard for people. I'm not looking at the crazy lady in fries in negative. I just felt bad for her. It's simply, you will no longer be a vibrational match when you start choosing what you want to those who are not raising their vibration to growth, to love, to kindness, or compassion. Okay, you're going to stop having time or interest of feeding relationships that have no desire or want to understand how to lift you up or increase your energy field, or just show up so they're strong enough you don't have to do any work. You don't have to fix them, right? You're going to lose all interest of holding on. Okay, not because you don't love them, but because you are not interested in holding on to toxicity from your past. Does that make sense? So at any moment that you simply let go and you choose you, which is what Aries in the sky is doing to all of us. Remember Aries energy, we talked about North Node and South Node last week. Aries is shining down self-worth, self-confidence, independent assertion, and aggression. Okay, so those, South Node is in Libra, which is relationships, right? So those who are not stepping into their emotional regulation center, heart, will reset their lives to align with you, right? They're not going to reset their lives to align with you. They don't want to. And then some are going to, and they're going to be like, yes, I get it. I made a mistake, or they're going to, they'll reset. They'll tell you, I'm sorry, or I didn't mean to, or, right? And some will not ever be willing to grow with you, ever. They will just, those who are not willing to grow with you, or not interested, or not wanting to hear, they're just naturally going to drop off out of your life. You will need to do nothing. But this is where you're all getting tripped up, because you think you think that if you go and tell them what's wrong with them, this will fix it. Okay, you don't need to fix anything or anyone. You just need to decide if you're going to be emotionally regulated in the now moment. Are you going to be confident in who you are right now? Confident in emotionally regulating where do I want to be right now? And it doesn't matter what chaos is going on. Now, what if more than the angry lady at the checkout shows up? Okay, let's look at it from that level. What if it's a relationship that you've been in for 10 to 50 years, maybe? What do? Okay, how do you leave these toxic relationships? Okay, y'all ready? This is a good one. Stop trying to fix them to make you happy. This is what you've all been programmed to do. Give up your needs for everyone else so they can be happy, and then you got nothing left. So again, stop trying to fix others to make you happy, or to fix their world to make you happy. Because when you get in the you do you and I'll do me and let it be mindset, you will begin to feel better right now. Right now, you'll feel better. Okay, you're going to be less impressed by their lack of doing for you, or doing at all, and more invested in what you want to do for you. Okay, supporting, supporting and giving info, like to friends and family or whoever, when they're asking for it, is totally different than trying to fix their situation because they're pulling on you and you don't know what to do. So you're fixing their world so you don't feel drained, right? You will not win and you will not move the needle of their life until they choose to do so on their own. Quit trying to fix other people. Someone says, do not accept their monkey. Yes, don't accept their monkey. So how do you feel better right now? Okay, this emotional regulation, if you're feeling yourself get into that ER and you're getting into the ERCenter and you're like, got to regulate yourself. How do you feel better right now? Number one, stop doing things that suck. Okay, that suck the life out of you and cause internal anger. What trends are trendy out there? Even meditation. What trends out there do you want to quit? Stop doing these things that suck for you, like yoga for me. Okay. Well, a lot of my friends know I ain't doing yoga. I just don't enjoy it. Right. Again, whoever was Dan's on this call, he says he loves sweating on the hot trails in the trail heat. I do too. I'm not a big hiker, but I do love being outside in the heat. So number one, stop doing things that suck. Number two, stop trying to fix others to make you happy. Okay, ask yourself, am I afraid to just take care of me? That's a safety trap I'm talking to you guys about. Back to childhood. A lot of you learn this childhood lack of boundaries because if you made the world you were in, the environment you were in, or did things that made the adults happy, right? If you fixed the world so they could be happy, it made you feel safer. So you're still in that mode. Okay, stop trying to fix others to make you happy. Ask yourself if I'm afraid to just take care of me. And number three, check into the ER. And I mean emotional regulation of yourself. Fix me right now. What emotion am I feeling? And am I getting unregulated because it's someone else's truth? That's what's going on with everyone. Okay, now that's where we're at. You're all feeling either others. My husband, the UPS driver, went ballistic on him from where he parked in a parking lot. No one around, but he just didn't like how he's parked. This is a big deal right now because people are losing it. And I don't want you to go like, oh, they're crazy. They're probably not crazy. They're probably struggling with this emotional regulation. And it could be someone close to you, it could be someone total stranger, and it could be someone you love dearly and you don't know what to do. Regulate your emotions and allow them to work it out. They will either come in alignment with you or they will fall off on their own. Okay. We're going to go to planetary update because it's a lot happening in the universe, in the sky right now that's kind of matching your pattern. Okay. Let me start first. There are 8 planets going retrograde by November. Okay. Within the next 8 weeks, August, September. Okay. By October-ish, I should say, as the last one. So retrograde means looking back, and it doesn't matter what planet. Now, most of you are all in sync with, oh, it's Mercury retrograde, but they all do it at some time and place. But in 2023, almost all of them, okay? Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are all going retrograde, and several of them are already right now. So it's pretty much all of them, since the sun and the moon, which we refer to as planets, they don't ever go retrograde. Okay, so they're all pretty much going into retrograde, and you can feel this pull of all of us backwards. Okay, Mercury, again, is not the only planet that goes retrograde. It's just the most discussed. And so in 2023, we have to pay attention. Why are you feeling this pull to look at yourself? And you're like, but I don't want to go back. It's like a kid, not wanting to leave the play gym or the park and throw in a temper tantrum with mom because he doesn't want to go back there. That's how we're feeling. We got to regulate that now that you know why. Okay. So if you know this, that it's introspection time, you can use it to grow. Okay. So these retrograde cycles can be a blessing in disguise if we use them to our advantage. These forced, and I'm telling you, they're forced timeouts because they either break things, they break cars, they break electronics, they break relationships, they break communication, they break things, not to hurt you, but to go, do you still like it? Rebuild it. Or do you still like it? No, get rid of it. It's a forced timeout. So it slows you down for a window of time to review and refine. Okay, and as I said last week, North Node in Aries, always the nodes are in retrograde. Is in Aries, the war and aggression sign, giving you aggression, assertion to move forward into the I node mode. And South Node in Libra, the relationship, looking at relationship imbalances and letting those go. So number one, I've talked to you about this a while, Pluto is in retrograde, and it went into retrograde in May. It's going to be in retrograde till October, okay? Pluto rules power struggles, and you're going to see, because where Pluto sits in right now, okay, in Capricorn, it's going to keep setting up power struggles, intensifying, okay? So Pluto can be a destroyer. It tears things down. What's the things that are begging you to expand to a different level, it's tearing those down. It's forcing us to rebuild from the ashes. And as a result, because Pluto is the phoenix, right? So as a result, the great innovations are born during these cycles, but they're generally accompanied by grief and crisis and loss, because we have to release kind of this outdated past. Okay, so this is the Phoenix planet, and it's the first sign that we saw swap signs into Capricorn was in 2008. Okay, and it was in Sagittarius, then it moved into Capricorn. And so now it's going into Aquarius again, okay, which I've been bringing this is a very big deal, okay? So we should expect changes, because it's going to move back in. It's kind of pulled out for a little bit retrograde. It's going to push right back into Aquarius, which I told you, and it's going to push changes in our communities as people align themselves around new awakening ideals and politics and financials and emotions. So finding your tribe could be right now, because it feels like you're ending the old and you don't know how to pick the new because you've never picked you. So you can feel like finding your tribe is like herding cats. Is it that one? Is it that? Do I like? No, I don't. Yes, I do. It's like that. So the challenge is to use these back pedals, these retrogrades, to get realigned. Even if it means playing in separate sandboxes, in your own sandbox for all, which I keep telling you all to go within, without turning anyone else's sandbox into a litter box. You know me, I push this. There's no reason to burn bridges and criticize and critique people and tell them they're bad. I don't give a shit how bad they are. Move on to make you the brightest lighthouse, and it won't matter. They will fall off. Number 2 planet in retrograde right now is Neptune, which rules Pisces. So Neptune is in its happy home with Pisces. It went in June 30th. So it's been there for a while, till December. This is forcing you to resist temptation, because Neptune rules drugs, illusion, delusion, confusion. It also rules spirituality, intuition, and psychic past lives. So it's very spiritual, but it's also that delusion of drugs and mind and beliefs. So Neptune, when it goes retrograde, it always does every year for about 5 months, okay? These periods can be deeply introspective times, but ones that are going to require extra reality checks, extra ER checks, because Neptune rules water. Neptune rules the ocean. Neptune rules our feelings, okay? So you may feel like you're recreating or escaping from the world, which can be a healing process, or it can be one that lures you back into destructive habits. Like this whole, I'm just going to just this once, can be the famous last words when Neptune is in retrograde, because Neptune goes, come on, it's going to be great, and it's watery, and it wants you to get lost. Okay, so set up support systems so that you don't give in to toxic temptations physically and emotionally. Why? Someone, okay, just one glass of wine, LOL. And again, I'm not saying you all have issues. I'm saying we might be emotionally, because we're about to go into a Mercury retrograde, which goes back to old lovers, right? So with Neptune intensifying, this is the thing I don't want you guys to go backwards to: self-sacrificing and boundary dissolving ways. That's what we've been beating. That's what we've been fighting, living in truth. Because it's when Neptune is in its own sign of Pisces, the advice goes double, because Neptune and Pisces are self-sacrificing. Okay, so if it's there, it's saying you need to make sure you're not self-sacrificing you and your truth. Now, the next planet that's also in retrograde that went in June 17th, so last week, is, I'm sorry, last month, a month ago, is also in Pisces. So it's saying firm up your boundaries. Okay. So where have we become in excess? When is enough just enough? Okay. This is Saturn. Okay. Saturn is in retrograde. Someone asked me what is this one? Saturn is in retrograde, also in Pisces from June 17th till November 4th. Okay. And it wants you to firm up your boundaries. So guys, Saturn is the sheriff. Okay. Sheriff planet, and Saturn reveals where we need to set better boundaries. Its backwards movement may stall progress for a little bit, but it's going to force you back to the drawing board to ensure that you're developing plans on a stable foundation with like the best levels of integrity. Okay. Knowing where your boundaries are is vital, causing you to learn some tough lessons about dropping your guard during these retrogrades. And I'm telling you, Neptune's going to try and get you to take the special, sauce and go, even in meditation, ooh, disappear, don't come back, don't talk to people, right? It's okay to you have to be in this world and have boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to walk in the line because people don't want to get engaged. So lessons around this time management are going to be a big deal through November. Okay. And authority, lessons around authority are going to rise up. These forced times out, you guys, I'm telling you, are hidden blessings, providing you are willing to take the medicine. Whip your calendar into shape. I have been a broken record, you guys, for probably the last month or two, and all of you on this call can confirm this, right? But I've been a broken record asking you to plan your life, even if it's a basic plan. Plan your life, then plan the plan in the plan. Plan the plan, then a backup plan, then a backup plan. I promise you it will edit itself and adapt, but plan the plan, because Saturn in this spiritual subconscious Pisces, this is the year for exploring your faith and healing from past triggers and traumas. So you don't want Neptune to delusion you back in. This isn't like, it's not what you want. It's not, how do I say? It's not going to go away, okay, until you address it, whatever's coming up. So when your inner world is in order and you plan, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is where I'm going, and you don't negotiate, navigating the external world gets a whole lot easier when someone puts you in an emotional trigger. You're emotionally regulated because you have a plan. Doesn't matter how they get you, they're getting you, you're moving forward. Plan. Saturn is going to ask you this, so do it. Venus. Now we're into the next planet, number 4 retrograde. Went retrograde a few days ago on the 22nd. Venus is in Leo, drama, and Venus rules love. So we're going to put this as love on the rocks. Love in a fiery sign like the dramatic Leo. Leo is drama. So affairs of the heart could feel more like emotional, dramatized roller coasters because Leo rules drama. Okay. And so, or it could feel like a 3-ring circus, maybe, right? Around love, money, and value. So is it bringing passion or is it provoking you? Okay. Venus retrogrades can surface lots of ghosts of relationship pasts, just so you know. So I'm preparing you this because while Venus is retrograde, get ready. Mercury's going to go retrograde on August. Don't quote me. It's either 23rd or the 24th. I'm going to get there in a minute. So remember that long lost lovers, if they're coming into your life to reunite with you, or friends or relationships, but they're struggling, you're struggling to make it feel safe and secure, it just can't get footing. It's asking you to address what you love physically and emotionally for you, and just to see that it was something reminder of how you're moving forward. Don't get lost in love right now, guys. Other thing is, if anyone's getting married, it's not the best time to set a wedding. So I tell people, if you do, don't cancel the wedding, but set a date for next year during the same time, and renew your vows. Okay, just a thought. Then we go into Mars retrograde, which is happening in October. Okay, and so Mars is in Gemini. Okay, and it's fiery. Mars retrograde. Everybody's asking about Mars. So Mars is going to go, I skipped him. I'm going to go back to Mercury in a minute. So here, we'll go to Mercury and then we'll go to Mars. Mars is at the end, so I just skipped one. Let's just give you Mars real quick. It's a very fiery fury sign, okay? So Mars, as I think through Mars, is about aggression. It's the planet of war, okay? And Mars is curious when it's in Gemini. Mars loves to stir up trouble and start debates. You're already feeling its pull, okay? So many of us are already exhausted by this polarizing duality, disinformation, and other data skewing hype that's been going on for years. And everybody's like, they're lying to me. They're fucking lying to you. Okay. Mars is going to make it worse. Okay. And so it's hyping up and it's making you raging from all this frustration going, is this true or not? It's frustrating. Okay. And it's only going to get more extreme when Mars does this in October into this dualistic Gemini sign, which is fast talking Gemini. So you're going to lose interest and focus. It wants you to lose interest in here. And I'm telling you, you got to stay focused on here. You're going to get upset like the lady at the checkout and get mad at other people. And that's what it's asking you to do. Are you going to go out there? Or are you going to go in here? This is what's causing these ER outbursts. Okay. Because of the North Node in Aries, then Mars is going to retrograde and make it more so. So it's prepping you. Mars rules war. So you must choose a plan of how you're going to regulate yourself during these moments. Mercury, here we go. Ready? Mercury goes retrograde. It's going to be August 1st in a week. Okay. And so Mercury is going to go retrograde in 30 days. You're going to feel it in about 2 weeks already anyway. Okay. So Mercury retrograde is the planet of communication, thinking, contracts, emotions, and physical. Okay, and so while you're scrambling, it scrambles up the signals and your tech doesn't work and your phones and your cars and trying to communicate and move. Even though it can get agonizing because you're slow moving and it's slowing you down, I always teach you all, it's not no, it's just slow. It's going to give you a chance to deep dive. So people from the past, okay, now you got Venus going retrograde, which is love and money and beauty. Now Mercury is going to pull up communication with people from the past that may appear like old friends, estranged relatives, exes that have unfinished business. Okay. So in 2023, Mercury begins and ends this year in retrograde. So it's going to end another one at the end of the year during Christmas. So this is this one. You're going to have another one at Christmas. Okay. And so this one starts August 23rd and goes through September 15th. Okay. So, it's going to be in Virgo, the one coming up. And this is a good time to review your day-to-day systems and protect your information. August 23rd, not August 3rd, my friends. So I'm preparing you. What I'm trying to tell you, 8 planets are going retrograde, and energetically, you already know, your soul can feel all these planets slowly ticking away, slowing down into a retrograde motion, which means they just kind of stop moving in speed. Their speed slows down. They don't go backwards. No planet goes backward in orbit. Okay. I'm not going to get you into a retrograde lesson tonight. I've gone over that a couple times. So cutting corners right now into this retrograde season, it will have detrimental effects on you. Virgo rules health, but it also rules you to look at your health and look at your service and look at your work and look at who you are and how you want to be. So you can get a lot of misinformation from testing during Mercury retrograde and during all these retrogrades, which is why I'm telling you, get a second opinion when it comes to health. I trust nobody and no information and no tests. Take it from me. I'm telling you, these are making you make things get scrambled. So it's like, well, the test said this, I'm going to die tomorrow. And then the new test says that test wasn't even accurate. And it was a, false positive. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you it's wrong. I'm just saying I would get multiple testing if you're going to get testing during this timeline. Okay. Mercury in Virgo rules health. Then we go to Uranus, which is retrograde in Taurus on August 28th, a few days later. Okay. Uranus is a very slow planet, my friends. And during the spells of Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius. And so during this time, again, progress can slow to a grinding halt. It feels like that. But Uranus rules technology, the future, and community. So it can break us down. It can break information down, stored online. So I'm telling you all right now, the best way to deal with this is strengthen your passwords, pay attention to your passwords, put them somewhere that you know that are safe. So if you need to change them immediately, you're not scrambling. This is taking time for you. That's like, oh, it's not my fault. I didn't do it. I didn't know. It is on you. Step back and reconnect to what you need to do to make whatever world you're in better, even tech. So when you look at this planet from the metaphysical aspect of it, which it is, when it's snoozing in Taurus, it's asking you to have mindfulness about practices that can help you stay alert and aware about your money and your future. So get conscious about every move you make and your impact. How will it impact the world you're in? How will it impact you? So your interest in community really might explode in how you want to fit in. So don't forget to take care of your physical self, my friends. Those messages aren't just for luxury. Okay, these messages I'm giving you are preventative medicine. And again, I've been telling you, the medical community, the medical systems are crumbling and crashing as we speak. Religious boxes are crumbling, the political boxes are crumbling, the spiritual boxes are crumbling, educational boxes are crumbling. This is all preventative medicine, getting you backwards and going, well, then what do I want and what can I do to make sure I feel good and I have a plan moving forward for me so I don't have to worry about others. Does that make sense? And then last but not least, Jupiter will go retrograde on September 4th. Okay, so Jupiter is all about expansion. And so expansion, when it goes retrograde, puts your expanding plans on hold, not forever, just for a little bit. Wise, wild. Jupiter's wild. It's the gambler. It seeks expansion. It seeks to travel and see things. It's fun. So its job is to push us out of our comfort zones and into uncharted territory, even if that means leaping before we look. So it's a great time to look back at the drawing board, see your goals, reconfigure the plans, and refine the choices and make sure that you're set up with all the right resources before we go back to building the site of your life. What does this want? If you have a plan so crystal clear on all these areas of your life, your emotional regulation will be so rock solid, and you're going to feel amazing and feel better right now. Now, again, you have to stop going into the external stimulus and go in and ask, write this down. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, everybody right here, tap in right now and tap into your thymus system, which is your nervous system. I am courage, I am love, I am truth. I am courage, I am love, I am truth. Keep doing this all day long. I'm telling you guys, it will help. Now, I'm going to open you to a challenge for the next few weeks, even though next week I'll be back. What relationship is sending you to ER review? What relationship is sending you to emotional regulation review? Where are you not regulated? What relationship are you not regulated in? Okay, let's open up for Q&A. Who can share what relationships are triggering you to go inside and you didn't want to? Okay. I have a question. Someone says, can we talk about now? I feel like I'm high every minute of the day. Like I drank a cup of coffee. I love this. And someone is absolutely right on the mark with this. So some of you aren't exhausted. So when I shared with you, I'm not sleeping because I am wired too. But then I'm like, I was doing the whole, but you're supposed to sleep. You should get sleep. And my husband's always weird because he's like the guy who puts his head on the pillow and literally like 2 seconds later, he's passed out. And I lay there and I think, and I'm not even upset. I don't feel bad, but I am wired. You can even tell, right? This isn't a negative thing. It's just how your body is processing the new energy and all of these retrogrades, and it's allowing you time to reset. So if you're wired, take the time to go in and use the energy to your benefit. Use the energy to do those minis that I shared. Walk to the end of the block and process through things. Find that time that it's focused on you. Does that help? Whoever this is that texted that in, this question that's high, like all day long, tell me your sign. Tell me your birthday, or at least your birth sign. What is your zodiac sign? I can help you understand that. Okay. Anyone else? want to share where this is coming in for you. I cycle between wired and wiped out. Yes, a lot of you are going to have those cycles, guys. And what's happening is your body is going, oh, I can do this. And then it goes, oh, wait, I have to re-regulate a little bit because this is all new to it. All this new energy, the new frequencies, the new frequency that you're living on and functioning on are new to you. And so you're going to learn to kind of get comfortable and then slow down, comfortable and then slow down. That is Uranus. But again, all of these are going to slow down. So you all will feel not so much wiped out, but just almost like if you're wiped out, it's forcing you to go, stop stimulating. Just let it be. Someone else says lots of energy, then completely need sleep. So everybody's doing this in and out. Yes. The new energy. I have been getting a buzz during the day in and out. Had to take a nap at work today. I'm taking sleeping pills, which I have for years, and I only sleep 4 hours a night, and I wake up and I'm okay. So this person, which is great, right? You've only had sleep for 4 years. There's a point where we're going to have to wean ourselves off of medicine. But right now, my point to everyone is if this is what you need, then get what you need so the other things can fall in. And he's saying, look, this is what I need right now. And I'm finally getting some sleep. So when he's waking up, he actually feels okay. That's awesome. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. One size does not fit all. I can't take any type of slow down sleeping because I have this condition where if I do anything that is kind of a downer and a depressant or slowing down my system, it turns me into like the Mickey Mouse rules, like it's worse. And if I try to do something that brings me up, it slows me down. So I have to be very careful. Just doesn't mean anyone else, it's not going to affect them in a better way. So you're all feeling this. You're like, what's wrong with me? Nothing. 8 planets are going into retrograde. And what's happening is you're feeling like some of the high from it, and then it's pulling you back. Go, wait, let's reassess. And then you reset. I can do this. And then reassess. That's all it's doing, this crickets and chaos energy. Okay, so you guys are all on the right cycle with this, which is great. Someone says, here we go. Why are, again, same thing. This is kind of from last week. Why are people so angry? Okay, I'm telling you, the North Node went into Aries. It's going to be there for a year. So people are probably going to be, and then when Mars goes retrograde in, I think it's, what did I tell you? In October, okay? It's going to add fuel to that fire. Why are people so angry? If you don't have someone feeding you energy to understand, right? What I'm sharing with all of you, like, this is what's happening. This is what's in the universe. It's matching your pattern. When you feel it, you're feeling the same. Your energy is the pattern of the planets. Planets are you. So it's not negative, not good or bad. It's just there. Okay. So when you don't have someone feeding you understanding like I do, just something to go, oh, so I'm not crazy. None of you are crazy. You're perfect. Okay. You will fight releasing old toxic patterns with resistance and resentment. And with resentment comes anger. And then you're going to blame others for simply being naive to that person's just naive to what's shifting on the entire planet, whether they like it or not. So that's what they're angry about. They're not angry at you. I hope, do you guys get that? They're not angry at you. They just have no information coming in. They may only be looking at negativity, and watching and go, see, the world is bad and crumbling. It's not. But they don't have someone giving them, it's going to be okay, and you're going to be okay, and you're a badass spiritual warrior, and you're perfect. And if you don't have that, then I'm going to tell all of you to do the same thing. You are all lighthouses. Share it with them. I smiled at the lady. I didn't say anything to her. I didn't get into a fight with her at the checkout. I loved her and let her husband know he's welcome to my love and go ahead. I don't care. I just want to be bright. Okay. Does that make sense? We have to fight it. Okay. Okay. Why is, let me make sure I'm saying this right. Why is it that some things that are seemingly good for us not good to do? Isn't that pushing through the challenge? I see they're saying like, if I don't like yoga, but it's good for me, shouldn't I push through and try to do yoga? And I'm using that as an example, if that's what this sounds like. And my answer is if you love it and you want to improve it, yes, you should push through the challenge. If you hate it and you're trying to like it, then no. Okay, it goes against your soul's alignment. It's why we all have different zodiac signs and energy tattoos on your soul, right? So different energy fills each of us up in different ways, and none are better or none are worse. So yes, it's kind of like me if in mountain biking, and then I fell and I was really having a hard time getting back on because I hurt myself so bad, and I was having like these anxiety moments, and I was like, no, that's pushing through because I love doing it on the mountain bike, and I had to get over that, like, what, it's all mental, right? That would be pushing through something that is good for you. But me going to yoga and then just being there because I really don't enjoy it and then pushing through actually is not good for me, because I'm then doing the whole, this is a waste of time and I don't enjoy it. Okay, that's the difference. Let's see. And if they're angry at home, just stay focused on you and say, I have faith in you, and walk away. Yes, yes, that's exactly what you're doing. Again, you don't have to love how the others are at home. You just have to state who you are and what you're doing. And if you don't have the plan, I'm going to go do this, XYZ, whatever it is, right? If you don't have a plan, then what? Does that make sense? Let's see, someone's asking to go higher. Let me see, I'm trying to make sure. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? The whole basis of tonight's call is quit doing things that suck the life out of you, and you're doing them because you don't have a plan for the things that give life to you, that bring light to you, that bring out your brilliance. You are all lighthouses. You are not boats. You've been with me too long on this call. If you're new, welcome, because that means you are ready to be a lighthouse, and you cannot go out, turn back into a boat, and then rescue them. They will drown you. Lighthouses don't turn into boats. The boats will find you when they are ready to align with your light. Don't take offense. Don't take it personal. But you may have to get a little bit assertive. You may have to say, this is my truth. Don't cross my boundary. And it may be with someone at home. It may be with someone you love. And it may be, you do you, I'll do me. And it's okay. I still love you. But I don't want to do that. So if you want to do that not around me. It doesn't mean you get mad at them, or they'll find their way back to your lighthouse. But being mad at them and making them change and trying to fix their world, this is what's going to bring you guys down. And it is. It's bringing a lot of people down, which is, like I said, I'm watching people literally in public have outbursts, and it's saddening me because I know why. And I don't think anybody thinks anybody wants to be miserable or angry or whatever right now, right? So guys, trust the energy. Trust what's happening. Trust that we're all going to go backwards in the retrograde. It's going to slow some things down. When it slows down, it's asking you to reevaluate something. I've been reevaluating the products. We're bringing out some new sweatshirts, some new I Deserve It sweatshirts and hoodies and some journals and some cool hats on my website, right? But we've had to go backwards because we wanted to review the ones we used to carry. So I was like, oh, there's the retrogrades of the other planets on my chart. So that could be that simple. Don't over, oh my God, my world's gonna crash. If the tower crashes, you have a crashing moment in your life, it's good. In my heart, if my heart isn't smiling, I'm not doing it. I'm not spending any time or energy on it. Spending time filling my heart with love and joy. Absolutely. And again, it doesn't mean whatever is in someone else's heart is wrong. Like I said, I'm using yoga as a haha joke because people think that's funny that I don't like it, right? Because most people love it. A lot of people love it. Okay. But I do have a couple friends who are like, I don't love it either. Well, then we can go do other things, and that's okay. So I'm just using that as an example. Some people don't love meditation, but it's good for you. Why is meditation good for you? Because it just shuts out the world and it gets you to determine what's in this world. That's all. So do meditation different. Find a different way that doesn't suck for you. Okay, there are different forms of meditation. There are different forms of working out. There are different forms of just getting peace. And there are different forms of saying, I can just go lay down, or I can watch movies for 3 days straight. And in 3 days, I guarantee you, like me, you'll be tired. You'll be so tired. But find ways to detox your reality, because retrogrades are simply this: detox. Detox your body, detox your environment, detox your friendships, detox your relationships, detox your intake, detox your food, detox your drawers, your closet. I just moved, so I'm doing a ton of it, and it feels so good. Okay, so we're at the end. Does that make sense? It was a lot, but I want you to understand why it's a lot, because this isn't slowing down. It's actually going to build up in its retrograde phasing, which means you're going to keep going more within, more within, more within. And what's great about that is you get to choose your truth, which means you're still in power mode. Okay. All right, my beautiful friends. Remember, if you are registered in the Truth Tribe, you can go onto my dashboard, IDeserveItNow.com, just tap dashboard, and it will take you onto the dashboard. You can go in and tap Daisy, check for Daisy updates. I put in all the podcasts. If you miss calls, go on there or go into the podcast, go re-listen to them, go watch them. It's all there for you. And I have all kinds of goodies there, as well as on your dashboards. Okay. Next week, we're going to discuss the next full moon, because it's going to be in Aquarius, which should be a fun doozy for all of you. And we're going to talk more about relationships and why they're starting to come up and poke you. Okay. I love you all. Thank you for joining me tonight. You guys have brightest blessings. Take care.